I am drawn to the older things of this earth, buildings, bridges, trees that have lived longer than our minds can comprehend. I am drawn to people who have seen corners of life I could only imagine. Those who have wandered through hardship and want and sacrificed everything. I am drawn to old books, old songs, and old souls, and perhaps it is wisdom that I seek. Beautiful time, traveled wisdom. I can never quite get enough of how she dances with my spirit. Hello, my friends. Welcome back to Epoxy Me That. How are you? I hope doing okay. And I want to thank you for showing up today. Today is Coasting Through the Week Coaster Wednesday. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Tammy. And this is a collaboration that me and 3 other artists do on Wednesdays. We coast through the week in a coaster mold. And I'm going to be using this one right here. And my collaboration partners are Resin Me Up, Marvelous Artsy, and Laura's Design Studio. So there'll be a link in my playlist in my description box that you will see. It's a playlist. I said that a bit backwards. Let me start over. In my description box, you'll find a link, and it's a playlist. And in that playlist, you'll find everyone that's entered this week's Coasting Through the Week collaboration. So go watch it and see how everyone else is coasting through the week. I'm going to be placing this beautiful butterfly. No, this butterfly was not harmed in real life. It truly passed away on its own. My daughter was there when it passed away, so she felt somehow connected to the butterfly. She asked me, would I please put it in resin for her inside of this coaster mold right here? So that's what we're going to do today. She doesn't know I'm making her a stand to set it on, but I thought I would use this little stand that's inside this mold here. They're great stands. They're nice, sturdy, strong, and they're lightweight. They're tiny, cute. You could set a lot of things on them. I used to have, well, I didn't used to have, I still have. Let me show you. The same ones, but as you can tell, I have used them so many times. Look at the difference in color. Can you see that? These are worn out. The mold is distorted. Every time I used them, I had to place something up on it like that to make it back to its original state. So I'm excited that I purchased some more, so I don't have to worry about these distorting anymore, because they're now inside of this mold right here. So I think that's a lot better than them being outside like this on their own. This is not going to be easy because this butterfly is in pieces, so I'm going to have to piece it back together the best way that I can and make it look good. She wants the background to be a pour I've done in the past. Y'all remember when I made these coasters right here? She wants the background to be just the way I poured this coaster, or this set of coasters. So that's what we're going to do. If you'd like to see how I get on with that, kick back, relax, and let's get to it. I've never put a butterfly in resin before, and I'm not going to go all out by taking the needle and the syringe and drawing out the insides of the butterfly. I'm not going to go all out like that. For one, I'm not experienced in that. I do know that people that actually put specimens into epoxy resin, they do go through all of those steps by draining the fluids out of the things they're putting into resin. But I'm not going to be doing that. For one, I don't know how to do that. I wouldn't even know where to stick the needle in the exact spot to draw the fluids out. But it's been dead now for about 3 weeks. So hopefully we won't maybe get anything coming out into the epoxy resin. I don't know. We'll have to see how this turns out. But I'm going to have to do this backwards in the mold, because if I turn the butterfly over the other way, then I can't tell if it's laying right, if the wings are up against it, because this one has broken off. So I'm going to have to work this way in the mold. It won't be backwards. So We're going to place the butterfly down face up, facing me, so I can place everything in right, get it all attached the way it needs to go so it can cure like that. Then, oh, we can't do that. We got to put the color on there. She wants that color in the back, so I'm going to have to work backwards. That's not going to be fun. Okay. I'm just going to do the best I can here because I have to work backwards in the mold. So I cannot tell how the butterfly is going to look because I can't turn it over. The epoxy will drip out of it. So I don't know how this is going to turn out. We're just going to give it our best shot, and that's all I can do. I can't work this way in the mold because we have to put the color behind the butterfly. So, and I can't dome it on the back with that color because it's several different colors. So this is the way we have to do it. I've got my resin mixed up here. I ran it through my Resiner's Airless Pro Bubble Remover machine. So we're going to go ahead and spritz some alcohol into the mold here. I'm going to tip it upside down, get the excess out. I'm going to go ahead and pour this in there. She doesn't want any glitter. Okay. Oh, goodness. I wonder if you can spritz. Surely we can't spritz butterfly. Surely we can't spritz alcohol on the butterfly. So, this is probably going to have some bubbles in it because I cannot dip that wing in this resin. I'm scared it's going to break. Wait a minute. These have to go down first. All right, so let's see here. Oh, you can't move them after you drop them. Yep. I tried to move it and it's trying to rip. So they have to stay right where you put them. And I didn't really like that spot. Oh well. Alright, I got to add some more resin because it's not quite filled up over here. Go ahead and put some resin over the back of that. And now, let's put him about right there. I don't know, you guys. Okay, we're going to go ahead and leave it like that. And I've got some things I need to do. I'm going to go ahead and pour some of this resin over those wings so they don't stand up, they'll go ahead and cure down in that resin. There's a bubble coming up right there. I hope there's no bubbles trapped underneath them. Let me know in the comment section below if any of you have put a butterfly in resin before, and what kind of outcome did you get. This is some parts of the butterfly that I'm picking out, just little black pieces. All right, I'll meet you back for the next step. See you later. Okay, I've got my resin all mixed up and ready to go. I'm using the Bond Crafter epoxy resin. We're going to leave this one clear with nothing in it, and that's going to be our last pour, because that's exactly how I done it on the coasters that I made, and she wants the back of it that same way. So here's our 4 cups here for our colorants, and I'm going to use my electric blue pigment paste by Baltic Day. Give it a little bit of a shake. And we're going to put about that much on my stick and get that stirred up. Okay, we're going to let that sit and degas. Next up is my Sunset Gold by Pearl X. It's a mica powder. So we're going to get about that much out. Put it in my cup. Next, I'm going to use, what I don't like about these mica powders, they're from Renfio on Amazon. And it doesn't have a name on the container. I do believe the name was on the box, and I threw the box away. So, I'll look it up and put the name of the color up here for you in the corner. I'm going to get a hefty amount out of there and drop it down into my resin. And then we'll get that stirred up. Next up is this beautiful gray. It's also by Renfio. So I'm going to get about that much. Put it down in there. And now we'll get that stirred up into our epoxy. Now for her stand, we're going to pour this mold right here. And I've already mixed up the resin for it. I'm not sure, I don't think those hold a whole lot of resin. So let's start out by, oops, that was our resin that goes with that. Okay. Let's start out small, because I don't want to waste all this resin if it's not going to use all of it for that. So let's start out with that much. I'm going to use my Bria Reese Mars Black alcohol ink. I love using alcohol inks for my black anytime I need black. And it's hard to get a true black in an alcohol ink. If you use Jim Holt's Pitch Black, or Ranger, you won't get a black. You'll get a dark chocolate brown. Pixis gives you like a, kind of like a bluish black. So, this is really the closest that I can get to a true black in alcohol ink, other than Let's Resin or Octopus inks. All right, we're going to let that sit and degas while we go ahead and pour this, our butterfly. So I'm going to spritz a little bit of alcohol in the mold. And we're going to start out with this color. And then I'm going to stop. And we're just going to keep moving along until we get the coaster filled. Just doing a little bit here and there. I tried to tell my daughter that it wasn't going to turn out just like that coaster that she's seen, because this one is shaped different. And we poured, you know, clear in the bubbles in the coaster that she was wanting this to look just like. So I told her I don't know how this is going to turn out, but it's what she wanted. I'm going to take my heat gun and I'm going to run it through there, pop any surface bubbles. It almost didn't cover that butterfly, but it did. It did cover it. Okay. I don't know how this is going to turn out. It's going to be interesting. All right, I'm going to spritz some alcohol in there and pop any of those surface bubbles. And I'm going to move this to my other table, and then we'll do the stand. And I'll show you an easy way you can move your molds if they're filled like this and you don't want to spill them. This is a mat that you chop like onions and bell peppers on. And I get them really cheap at my local Dollar Tree. And I just cut them to size. So I'm just going to slide it underneath the mold like that. And now I'm going to move it. Now we're going to go ahead and pour the stand. So I'm going to spritz some alcohol into the mold. That's going to help out with the bubbles. I'll turn it upside down, get the excess out. And now I'm going to give it a little bit of a stir. Not much, just a little bit. And now we're going to go ahead and pour. Now I'm going to take my heat gun, run it through there, pop any of the surface bubbles, spritz it with some alcohol to pop the surface bubbles, and then I will meet you back for demold. See you later. Are y'all ready to demold this and see what our butterfly looks like? I'm so nervous because it looks like there's going to be two bubbles. Here and here. Can you see them? I don't know if that's where the mold has released a little from the casting, or if that's actual bubbles. And if it's actual bubbles, then I'm not going to be able to fix them in this video. So let's get our stand out and let me pray about that one a little bit longer. How's everyone doing today? I hope everyone's doing okay. Does anybody have any big projects you're working on that you'd like to share? Okay, here's how our stand turned out. Now, we need to let it cure a little bit longer because see how I can move it like that? When it's fully cured, you won't be able to do that. But you just slide this in here like that, and then you have your stand. They're really nice stands. I've made tons of them. I'm going to go ahead and slide it out right quick. Let's go ahead and demold this one. I have a few things over here that I poured with a little bit of extra resin. And this right here goes with our little truck. I think I demolded that with y'all. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure. I think I did. I don't know, y'all. I'm lost. And then I poured this one halfway, so we can't demold this yet because I'm going to pour red in the back of it to get the bow and the rest of it. I didn't have enough time to do that one. So let's get this out and see what we got. I'm nervous, you guys. Can y'all tell? I'm trying to do everything I can to not demold this piece. Oh, goodness. Oh, I'm so nervous. I'm so nervous. I want this to turn out so good for my daughter. Here we go. I knew it got bubbles in it. I knew it did. And look, you can't even really see the orange in the wings anymore. This was a beautiful colored butterfly. And now you can't really see any of its color. Let me try to get y'all down a little bit further so you can see a little bit. When I hold it up, you can't see that good. So, let me get you down. There we go. Can you see what I'm talking about? Right through here was the color of the butterfly. And we lost that. That's crazy. That is crazy. But we did get a really cool background. Look at that. Isn't that neat? So I'm going to get you back up, and then we're going to put it on the stand. And there it is. It actually looks pretty nice on that black stand because the butterfly is black. And I love the way our coaster turned out. The colors are beautiful in it. All right, I'm going to go ahead and take this down off the stand so I don't mess the stand up. And now let's demold our extras here. That's a cute little phone. It's done in alcohol ink. My favorite yellow. And that is my Sunlight Octopus alcohol ink. That's my favorite yellow to use. It's so bright and beautiful. I absolutely love it. And I put some of my Sinker White in the back. And you can see it. Try to hold it in the back so you can see the Sinker White in the back. So I'm going to cutesy it up. And then I made some of these, which is in the mold. That's like a little apple or something. And that's some cherries. And I don't know what that is. And that's a little star. And that's a little half moon. And then some kind of other little star. And then this is what Tammy Toth gifted us. And they are straw toppers. And I did the horns in the back in a gold. I did her bow in a pink and her nose in red. And I'm going to black her little eyelashes. And then this is the little part of the straw. It goes on there like this. And then you glue that on there, which I like to resin mine on so they don't ever come apart. And that's the straw topper. And then here's the little green pieces that go to this truck here. Okay. This one's a little bit different. See how I did that one? And every other one I've ever done has gone like this. And then that goes on the top. Well, this one's different. You put the front part of the truck on here and the back part of the truck on there. And then you piece them together. And then your straw goes in the center. You bump them out a little. Well, I lost that one. Goes like this. And then you put your... I lost it again. Goes in there like that. And then you put your straw in the center. I also have this one to demold with you. Now this is my new turtle mold. This is the one that you've seen me demold before. These are the crystal molds that are on Amazon. They have 3 different turtles that are crystal molds. This is the first one that I purchased. It's got little moons, half moons going around it. And it's crystal all over the turtle. And this is the second one that I bought. I don't have the third one yet. But I'm going to get that one soon. And here the turtle is. It looks a little bit like Intoresin's turtle. Heart Creations by Renee sent me this turtle. And I do believe it's one of Intoresin's turtles. And this is Amazon's little guy. So they look quite similar, don't they? The diamonds are just placed in different places on the shell of the turtle. Other than that, they're the same turtle. And I keep this one that Renee sent me because she put a little magnet on the bottom. So I put it over here on my file cabinet. I like that little turtle. Thank you, Renee. She's probably not even watching. If you run a channel, you stay so busy. I don't know how you have the time to watch other people. I know I don't. I will, if I have time to spare, I keep a list. And I go down that list of the next person's channel that I will watch a video off of. So that I try to stay, you know, at least supporting everyone as much as I can. And this turtle right here is a shaker. And I've poured his shell already. This is the other part of the mold. And it goes on like that. And then we need to fill it with some inclusions. And then we'll have a little shaker turtle. Isn't he cute? Are you ready for the surprise news? My rep from Bondcrafter reached out to me and they are offering a giveaway for my subscribers on my channel. This is an amazing giveaway, my friends, and you don't want to miss it. So to be entered into the giveaway, all you have to do are 2 things. drop in the comment section below, Bond Crafter. I'm going to write it up out here for you and make sure that's what you enter into the comment section below. If you get it wrong, you won't be entered. Make sure you enter the correct name. Bond Crafter, not crafter, crafter. And then you need to join their Facebook group. It's Bond Crafter. Very easy to find. The link will be posted in my description box for those of you that are having trouble finding the Facebook group. That's all you have to do to enter. Comment section below, Bond Crafter. Go to Bond Crafter's Facebook group and join their Facebook group, and you're entered, my friend. Here's what you're going to get. You're going to get a 16-ounce kit of Bond Crafter's epoxy resin, which will come with 2 little cute cups, measuring cups. You'll get your part A and your part B. And there's some lolly sticks and a pair of gloves in there with the instructions. Then you'll get this kit. Let me open it up and show you what you're going to get in this kit. You're going to get some cups, measuring cups. You're going to get your part B, your part A, which is this is a 1-gallon kit, 64 ounces. You'll get some little scrapers, some little sticks. You'll get some gloves, and you'll get your instruction manual. That is an amazing giveaway. And there's going to be 3 winners. Not 1, not 2, but 3 lucky winners. So make sure you get in this giveaway. You don't want to miss it. Also, I have something for everyone. If you didn't win, there's going to be a 40% discount code for my subscribers to use on Bond Crafter's website only. But hold up. Check it out. It's going to be valid for 7 days. My subscribers can add into your shopping cart this 1-gallon set and the 16-ounce set. Put it in your shopping cart, and guess how much it's going to cost you? $44, my friend, after entering my discount code. That will give you all of this for $44. So it's like you're a winner too. So don't miss out. Get in this giveaway, my friends. And thank you so much, Bond Crafter, for giving this opportunity on my channel for my subscribers. We appreciate you so much. Thank you. So what did we learn today? We learned this. I did a little bit of research before I dove into this video. I watched Nature Magnified, and I watched him place a butterfly into resin, and, you know, I followed his directions on how he done it. But the difference in our butterflies, mine was broken and his wasn't. What happens when a butterfly breaks and you put it in resin, that allows that resin to penetrate through it and turn it translucent. If your butterfly is fully intact, then you can place it in the resin and it won't lose its color. But if it's broken in any way, that allows that resin to seep in and turn the butterfly translucent. So if you are planning on placing a butterfly into resin, encasing it into epoxy resin, I would, if it's broken, I would either spray it with an acrylic spray, or I would, I've seen where Sherry Vegas, she cut the wings off of her butterfly and she placed them on a laminating sheet. She ran it through her laminating machine, brought it out, cut all the wings out, and placed them into her mold like that. So it all depends on how you want to do it. I don't think there's really a right or a wrong way. It's all about how you would like to do it. But I'm going to be filling in these holes, and I did notice while it was setting over there when we demolded it, I said there are 2 bubbles here. There's another one right here, which those will be very easy to get to. See, I can reach in there and get to that one right now. So they're not going to be hard to feel at all. I can just reach in and pull that top layer of resin off right there, right now. And now that's ready to be filled with my top coat. Don't forget to go check out the playlist in my description box and see how everyone else is coasting through the week. And it's about that time, my friends, for a sweet goodbye. And I will see you in the next video. God bless you. Goodbye, my friends.